Diggs in the backfield directly behind Drew Pine. Tyree's in motion. Play action fake to Diggs. Roll out. Oh, and Diggs is wide open. Left side, no one's within 20 yards of him. He'll walk in for the score. Armstrong pumps, now takes the snap. Play action fake. He's looking to throw right side. Armstrong lets it go. Taking a deep shot down the sideline. It is intercepted. And there is the first pick for Ben Morrison of this season. He dropped one earlier, but he comes up with a 50-50 ball here. And the passing woes for NC State continue. It'll be Irish ball around their own 20-yard line. Irish will have to respond to the adversity, though, and they've got to do it right here on a 3rd and 10. From the 35. Hartman takes the snap. It's a 4-man rush. Hartman looks, wants a shot deep over the middle. He's got Mitchell Evans to the 40. Into Ohio State territory. Evans, big, early, quiet in the middle. He is reawoken in the 4th quarter as the Irish cross midfield. Notre Dame so far has struggled to stretch the field deep on offense, especially through the air so far in this game. As you mentioned, the Irish receivers with just 3 receptions. 2 of them have gone for more than 10 yards, but those are largely 3 yards after the catch. Tyler, what do the Irish need to do to try and change that a little bit?
Well, you gotta keep going to Sam Hartman. See if you can find a shot down the field. I mean, Notre Dame at some point has got to break out of this short pitch and catch followed by a 5-yard run mentality. There needs to be a shot play very soon.
Man in motion is Merriweather from left to right, now back to the left. And now he goes into run block status as the Irish handoff up the middle, but not much brewing there on a short give to DeJarian Price. Give him 2.
Yeah, and again, doesn't matter the ball carrier. I mean, really, aside from Jeremiah Love, who's got 20 yards on 3 carries, Notre Dame just hasn't been able to consistently pop big runs against this Ohio State front 7. The defensive line has filled gaps very well. The linebackers in secondary have supported well when the first tackle might be missed.
2nd down for Notre Dame at 8. Hartman with a bit of a late handoff, but some shifty footwork, and this is going to be a 1st down and more. And it's Jeremiah Love once again who's got the hot hand as he signals to symbolize the 1st down for Notre Dame. They're up to the 43.
And you mentioned him having the hot hand, and I think you start to wonder. I mean, you can't take your bell cow, Audric Estime, completely out of the equation here, but something seems to be working in the matchup between Jeremiah Love, his speed and his shiftiness against Ohio State. 4 carries for 36 yards now. And he was brilliant, making a move right after he was handed the football there on that last run.
So a new set of downs for the Irish. 2 receivers punched out right. Hartman takes the snap. He's got time. He wants to go deep. He throws as he's being hit short, and it's incomplete. Irish offensive line has done a good job holding up, but Hartman hasn't been able to find the deep targets.
It sure did look like he had some options in the seams. Evans to his left. Potentially Jaden Thomas, though, is a little more tightly covered to his right, but
not much there.
Yeah, not entirely confident that he would have been able to fit it in there. The margin for error was pretty thin as there were defenders shadowing both those seam routes. So Hartman elected to try for the late check down, but not on target and well covered by OSU.
Tyleek Williams with a hit on Hartman at the end of that play. He was back in the gun on 2nd and 10. Evans in motion. Hartman hands off. Right side. Some space opens up. Taken to the outside. This is Price down the sideline again, and he's finally tackled at the 38-yard line as he takes the Irish over midfield. And Jadarian Price giving Notre Dame the breakout offense performance it desperately needs.
Yeah, but again, a sizable run at the cost of a top wide receiver. Jaden Thomas, fortunately, right back to his feet with the help of a couple training staff members, and he hobbles to the sideline on his own power, but Thomas injured on the run by Price. That was a nice explosive bounce to the outside, as he said, for Price running the right side, but now 1st and 10, 39-yard line. Got a couple nice runs. So what for Notre Dame? You've been here 3 times tonight. So you've got to get points. You've got to figure something out right here and crack this scoreboard. You can't look back on these runs and say, all right, this is enough. We've moved the ball. We feel good about ourselves. No, you've got a desire for more. You've got a hunger for more. You cannot accept anything less right here.
Irish certainly back in the spot where they found themselves at the start of this game with something to prove. Hartman, 2-back set. Flores in motion, comes behind the left tackle. It is a handoff, and it's Love again, and he does a good job keeping his legs moving and turns a potential 1-yard gain into a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, I like the mix here with Jeremiah Love, because I think a lot of the reason Audric Estime has been stymied so much tonight is he's a little bit slower getting out of the backfield, just with the nature of his patience, and he doesn't necessarily have the same explosiveness of a smaller back like Love. Love takes the ball, and immediately he is darting through a hole, and that gives Ohio State less time to infiltrate the backfield as they've done all night against Estime.
Davis Sherwood back in a fullback role in that play. On second down, Hartman's under center, Merriweather in motion. They pitch it left side to Estime, who gets one block, tries to take it to the sideline. Not much there. He picks up about 2. Love, getting the ball once again for Notre Dame.
Yeah, good pursuit by Ohio State. It looked like Notre Dame might have something there initially, but it was Pat Coogan, big 78 on the left side of that line, unable to seal a block on the outside. That forced Love to cut back in, and Ohio State was then able to take less time to get to the ball carrier. Otherwise, he could have gotten to the sideline and maybe picked up the first. Now 3rd and 5, though.
Irish looking for their first third down conversion in what feels like forever. At the 34, they need the Ohio State 29. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Hartman takes the snap. It's a 4-man rush. He slings it. It's complete. Rico Flores stays on his feet. Finally brought down at the 28-yard line. And the young freshman, Rico Flores, who didn't play much of a role in Notre Dame's first 3 games this season, showed a spark last week, and he comes through big time.
And that is so strong of a way to showcase the connection and the trust that Sam Hartman has developed with even these young freshmen like Rico Flores Jr. He throws that ball on the curl route before Flores has even turned around to see it. The timing's there perfectly, and they pick up the first down.
It was actually caught slightly short of the sticks as well. Great job by Flores to fall forward through contact. He's in motion again on first down. It's a handoff up the middle, and a big hit sends Jabran Payne spinning forward, but the hit actually kind of helped him as he winds up tumbling for a 6-yard gain before finally hitting the turf.
Yeah, JT Tuimololo gave him a little bit of a body check right there. But as he said, it pushed him forward, and now Notre Dame is approaching the red zone again. Irish have been there once tonight. It was on the very first drive Notre Dame experienced tonight, getting down to the 18 before coming up short on a 4th and 1. Now 2nd and 4 at the 22.
Hartman under center. There was a bunch formation on the left. Now the Irish go power with a tight end in the backfield. Hartman hands off left side, and cutting back for a short gain of about 1 yard is Payne again. It's Jabron Payne getting a couple carries here. Brings up another critical 3rd and 3 just outside the red zone.
And again, playbook's going to be wide open here. Seems like every single Notre Dame 3rd down tonight has been short to medium distance, 3 being the average, and it is a trio of yards necessary here for Notre Dame. They'll keep Payne in the game at running back.
Bunch formations on both sides. Evans and Flores near the Ohio State sideline. Hartman. Evans in motion. Takes the snap. It is a handoff up the middle. It is going to be just enough on the ground. Jabron Payne doing it all by himself on that series of downs as he makes all 3 carries and picks up 11.
Yeah, you mentioned Evans going in motion, and that was not to free himself up as a receiver, but that allowed him to contribute on the offensive line, serve as almost a pulling guard type of look, and throw a block that helped Payne get just enough yardage to reach the 18.
Irish on the brink once again, desperate for a breakthrough. And we'll get a review once again. They've both helped and hurt Notre Dame. Obviously the big 4th and 1 scramble from Hartman overturned, but 2 big completions for Ohio State, one of which would have been a touchdown, or actually 3 big completions by Ohio State, all called back tonight, including one that would have been a score to Igbuka that wound up costing Ohio State 4 points. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Clock is still stopped for the moment. It should start back on the official signal.
Quick update on Harrison. He is out of the tent running sprints, helmet back in hand. He should be good to go. Jaden Thomas, same thing, ran sprints. He's out of the tent as well. Both injured wide receivers look to be good.
And Harrison, as we understand, has a lot of tape on that ankle, so Ohio State's going to do whatever they can to keep him involved if possible.
Thank you for the update, Jake. Clock is back running. Irish with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Ohio State 18. Flores in motion once again. Hartman takes the snap. It's a handoff. They ride the hot hand of Price again, and Ohio State starting to find some counters as Price only gains 2 yards on this rush.
And Notre Dame just continues to try those runs up the middle, and Price was shifty and used his vision as best as he could, but the push of Ohio State just continues to be too much. I still think Notre Dame's got to try and use speed to counter this run threat that Ohio State is posing defensively. We've seen it with Love. We've seen it with Price at times. Got to keep turning to it if you can.
On 2nd and 8, Ohio State shows pressure. They bring it. Hartman gets it out quickly. Pass is caught. Merriweather 5. Merriweather down at the 1. Beautiful move after the catch by Tamias Merriweather. 15-yard gain for Notre Dame's big play threat. You know he doesn't catch a ton of passes, but when he does, they tend to be impactful, and certainly a big one right there.
Yep. Pressure coming off the right side from Ohio State. They brought 5, so Hartman threw the other way to Merriweather, who was wide open on the left, broke the initial tackle, and now 1st and goal at the 3-quarter line for Notre Dame. Wildcat.
This is going to be a direct snap, it looks like, to Payne, with 4 split out to the right, including Hartman. Payne takes it himself right to the goal line. Second effort, scores! Jabron Payne loses his helmet but finds the end zone. And Notre Dame has its breakthrough moment on offense. They're within 4 with 3:35 to go.